Please work. Okay. Let me see. I'm alive. I'm alive. Think I am. Alright. Ew. The new Twitch app update is horrendous. I'm trying to navigate through my phone right now. I can't tell what the fuck is going on. Alright, it seems everything is okay. Welcome everyone! This is my very first year attending an Evo event, live stream, not like in person. And I'm really new to the FGC, so I don't know what much to expect. There are a lot of fighting game news will be announced in this event. And I'm pretty pumped about Marvel Tokon. I have never played any tag fighting game before, so I will be waiting for Marvel Tokon as well as 2XKO. I think there are a lot of new tag fighting game is announced lately. We got Invincible versus Hunter, Marvel Tokon, and 2XKO. And personally, I feel really excited about Marvel Tokon. The game looks so fluid, it's so vibrant compared to any other games. The list, I'm not really excited about Hunter because I am kind of spoiled with the Street Fighter 6 movement. They are so fluid. And when I look at Hunter or any 2D fighting game, they just look kind of choppy. So that's my take. Because I'm pretty new to the fighting game, so I don't know much about it. And I didn't even play Marvel 3, like Marvel vs. Capcom 3. That is like one of the biggest tag fighting game. Is it tag fighting game or is it like a fighting game with assist? I think it's both, right? You can tag into. I don't know how they work. So yeah, really excited about it. Oh wait, why am I tripping? I just saw it. It only has 1 minute, now it's tripping, what the fuck? Okay, I think I should just do this. I don't really like watching the stream on Twitch. It's kinda annoying because I can't replace shit. But so far, I am excited about the SNK panel. I watched it a little bit early, and they break down the Ken new gameplay. What are you doing? Let's check Max dude. What are you doing? Probably the same thing. He's so crazy. He's been live for like 8 hours, 9 hours. That's insane, dude. Oh, and he's got a lot of like panel here, but I don't really balls deep into fighting game. I'm pretty new. I don't play Mortal Kombat. I don't play Tekken. I play Guilty Gear casually, and Street Fighter 6 is something I am focusing on right now. So, and I don't play any other game that much. Let's look at the list here. Virtual Fighter, I don't play. Mortal Kombat, I don't play. Rivals of Either, I don't play it as well either. SNK, City of Wolf, I don't play. If the versus, I'm not really excited. Oh my god. How am I supposed to be a content creator about fighting game when I am not super excited about most of these? I keep waiting for the Sagat booth, like Sagat gameplay, but I don't see it. I think it's not today. Maybe it's tomorrow. And they will have big announcement live for the end of the event. So probably on day 3, we will have a Sea Viper teaser, perhaps, and some other news. It's really annoying with this time zone because I'm living in Australia and the time zone for the event is PDT time zone, so I have to convert back 17 hours to match the time. I think I should check the live on YouTube. Am I live? God damn, I don't know, dude. Oh, I'm live. Alright, great. I'm live, I guess. Almost there. Don't know what to expect, but I do like Marvel Tokon. They look awesome, dude. I like it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give me that, please. Let me post this one.
Hey, hello everyone.
Hello!
Welcome
Whoa!
to
Whoa!
Fighting Souls panel at EVO 2025. How is everybody enjoying
Great!
EVO so far?
Yay! I can't even come because I'm broke.
That's the spirit. My name is Shun Mizuguchi. Some of you may know me as the host for EVO Japan. This is my second year at EVO Vegas, and I'm thrilled and very happy to be back here at EVO Vegas. So without further ado, let's dive into the panel. Allow me to introduce our wonderful panel attendees. Looking from your right beside me is Mr. Michael Francisco, Senior Product Development Manager of Marvel Games.
Okay.
And Mr. Jose
I saw that from the
Lanzares
trailer.
will be beautifully translating for us. Mr. Takeshi Yamanaka, lead producer of Arc System Works.
Nice. Yeah, I saw them in the Marvel Tokon trailer.
To applaud for these two as well. So could you please give a round of applause for these two gentlemen as well? My apologies. Yes. And Mr. Kazuto Pachi Sakine, game director of Arc System Works.
Yay!
And last but not least, Ms. Amber Seitz, localization director of Arc System Works, who will also be translating for us.
Okay.
Thank you very much for all of you for being here. So Arc System Works, Marvel Games, and PlayStation Studios have partnered to make the Marvel fighting game. And in the interview at the end of June at State of Play, the team spoke a little bit about the vision of the game, that this will be a 4v4 tag fighter, and lightly touched on the gameplay mechanics as well. So in preparation for today's panel, the team have listened to players' questions and reactions coming out of the announcement. So today we'll be discussing on how the game plays and some insights on the decisions they have made in creating Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. So,
Nice.
let's get started. So the first question will be,
think they showed the gameplay trailer
What was
before, right?
the
They showed a
intention
guy.
and background behind the decision to introduce a tag team fighter format in Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls? I'd like to ask Mr. Yamanaka first.
Oh, somebody's watching. Hope you're doing great.
はい、ですね、タッグチームバトルにした理由というところで、このタイトルのですね、
Okay,
お話
please
を
translate it.
プレイステーションスタジオさんからいただいたときに、皆さんご存知の通り、もうマーベルファイティングといえばもう非常に長い歴史があり、それぞれの皆さんの心の中に、どんなゲームが好きなのかっていうのがいろいろあると思います。ここまでお願いします。
Yes, so when we first heard about this project from our partners at PlayStation Studios, we thought a lot about making it a tag team fighter, and a lot of it is because of the long history, as I'm sure you're very familiar with, of the Marvel fighting games.
はい、すごく重大な大きな仕事になるなというところで、そういった時にですね、私いつも考えるのが、初心に帰って、ユーザーが喜んでいただける、プレイヤーの皆さんに喜んでいただけるためにどうしようという時にですね、思い出した日本語の言葉がありまして、それがですね、日本語で温故知新という言葉です。ここまでお願いします。
So when tackling a huge job like this, I kind of wanted to return to my roots and think about what we can do to provide a game that will be truly fun for all of the players. And at that time, I remembered a Japanese phrase that means to learn from the past in order to create something new.
Maybe learn for the past, like learn for the experience that Capcom fucked up Marvel vs. Capcom Infinity.
参考にしようというような言葉でございます。ご存知の通り、マーベルの格闘ゲームの歴史長い中で、どういったものがやっぱりユーザーさんが望まれるのかなというところで、私3つのポイントを考えました。
So this means that I would look to study from what's come before in order to create something new and fresh. So I looked back on the history of Marvel fighting games to consider what I could make that would truly be enjoyable for all of the players.
一つ目のポイントが先ほど申し上げた通り、温故知新の温故の部分なんですけども、やはり長い歴史の中でマーベル格闘、タッグチームバトルというところで、皆さん慣れ親しんでいるというところ、その、一番コアな、部分を伝統はまず守らなきゃいけないなというふうに考えました。
So of the 3 points that I thought of, one was that given that long history and how close this Marvel fighting games are to the hearts of all of the fans, I knew that I had to make sure that we kept that legacy and respected that legacy of Marvel fighting games.
で次に、大事なポイントだなと思ったのが、やはりマーベルという非常に大きな IP をお預かりしている中で、キャラクターであったり世界観だったりというのをいかに大事に守っていくか。その中で、やはりバーベルの、講師というかヒーローたちがしっかりと、アッセンブルして戦うという姿をしっかりと描きたいなというふうに考えました。
And the next really important thing to me was that given the Marvel IP, we really wanted to work well to portray the characters in the world to the fullest extent that we can. So it's very important for me to show kind of the characters coming together and assembling.
That's a long ass answer, dude. I'm not really familiar with like these types of interview format. It's my very first time, so I don't have much to add here. Sorry about that. I think when I familiar myself with the FGC or something like this, I will have more things to add. So far I enjoy it, but I don't know what to say.
タッグファイターの方が、よりそういうカジュアルな方からコアな格闘ゲーマーまで、サポートできるんじゃないかなというふうに考えました。これが5つの
Nice answer. Thank you.
And as Arc System works with our history of fighting games, we knew that we really wanted to make something that would satisfy the core audience of fighting gamers, like the fans that we have here today. So something that would be highly competitive and work on that level, but then also
Hold up,
something
hold
for
up.
the Marvel.
Let me check what is. You have anything to say? I'm sorry if I like restreaming other streamers' stream. I'm gonna make it small here. I'm just kind of curious, like what does he have to add?
I see. Thank you, Mr. Yamanaka. It really sounds like Mr. Yamanaka is really having so much.
Yeah.
And listening to Mr. Yamanaka, how was it for you, Michael?
Thank you, Shun. And just to build off what Yamanaka-san was saying, at Marvel, we like to say that the Marvel game's fantasy is to assemble, to bring together different people, perspectives, powers, and personalities, and then somehow take all these larger-than-life individuals and make them work as a team. And think about Iron Man and Cap, how they work together even though they disagree. And Tag Fighters just embody this theme so well and uniquely. And it's for that reason, and also because of
Oh, come on.
the rich legacy and the history within the FGC that Tokon had to be a tag fighter.
I see. So now that it's decided it's going to be a tag team fighter format, it could have been 2v2 or it could have been 3v3. But why did the team choose to make this a 4v4 tag fighters?
The new evolution. It is the
Let's
next
ask
step.
Mr. Sekine.
はい、そうですね、まず自分が一番言いたいこととしては、新しいタッグファイター、新しいマーベル、それを、チーム一同となって、挑戦するということがテーマとなっています。皆さんは今回、闘魂プレイして、それを感じてくれましたでしょうか。
So for me, the most important
Oh, come on. Goddamn.
thing was that I really wanted to create a new sort of tag fighter and a new sort of Marvel fighting game, and that the whole team came together to make this happen. And I'm wondering if everybody having a chance to play the build today, if that came across to you.
But why 4v4? You will answer the question. Did I miss something? I'm sorry.
Thank you so much. はい、それでですね、もちろんそのプレイステーションスタジオの皆さんや、X 部の皆さん、クリエイティブアーツの皆さんやマーベルゲームズの皆さんともさまざまな議論をして、2対2、3対3などもあったし、その既存のフォーマットでいわゆる伝統的なタッグファイターでやった方がいいんじゃないかといった議論もありました。はい、どうもお願いします。
And throughout our discussions with our partners at PlayStation Studios and Marvel Games, there were, of course, a lot of different debates about whether we should be using a 2v2 format, a 3v3 format, these existing styles of tag fighters that are already out there and have this established kind of format.
はい、でそれでですね、ただまだ、アークシステムワークスとしては、会社のテーマとしてアクション、レボリューション、そしてチャレンジという3つの大きなテーマがありまして、弊社の機動家社長から、もっとチャレンジをしろという強いメッセージをいただいて、でチーム一同もっとチャレンジをしていこうというときに、じゃあやっぱりこのマーベルという IP を使ってさらに面白いチームアップができるんじゃないかということを考えた結果、これはもう4対4でいこうという、強い気持ちで、我々は前に進むことを決めました。
And actually, at Arc System Works, our kind of motto is Action, Revolution, Challenge. So those are kind of our three big motifs that we work under. And our CEO, Kidoka, he came to us and he said, I think that you need to challenge yourselves more. This is kind of lacking in that challenge. And that inspired me and the team to come together and think of what we can do to challenge ourselves further. And that's when we came to the conclusion that we should try this 4v4 format.
So your CEO kind of told you to make a challenge to challenge this 4v4 format. But Mr. Yamanaka, what was the reaction? How did you feel? What were your thoughts about making
I was
a big
supposed to do
challenge
it.
in a 4v4 format?
That's a reaction.
はい、関根から 4v4 がやりたいと。
I think it's pretty fun too when they add some repetition in the 4v4 format. They show the gameplay that, no, not the gameplay. A Twitter post shares that you have to achieve certain conditions to unlock the third and the fourth assist character, something like that, to have a full 4v4 experience.
プレイステーションスタジオさん、マーベルさんの方にもご相談させていただきました。ここまでお願いします。
Yes, so when Sekine came to me and he told me that he wanted to make this a 4v4 fighting game, I thought, are you for real? I was kind of concerned about that. But I came to the conclusion that I did also want to see that evolution from 3v3 fighters to 4v4 fighters for myself, and also I trust Sekine and his abilities. So I decided to take this topic to discuss with our partners at PlayStation Studios and Marvel Games.
そうですね、実際のところ今となって聞きたいんですけど、僕から確かマイケルさんに4対4でちょっとチャレンジしてみたいって言ったと思うんですけど、その時ってどういうふうに思いました最初？
And actually, now that we have the opportunity to ask, I'd like to hear from Michael. When I came to you and I said that we wanted to make this a 4v4 fighter, what did you think?
Well, to be honest, Yamanaka-san, I almost had a heart attack because I couldn't wrap my head around personally how 4v4 would even work. And I remember the thing that really convinced me that this was a worthwhile mechanic to explore for the team was something that Sekine-san had mentioned about challenging themselves. And if it's one thing that we've learned from working with ArcSys, is that they only dream big. So everything in this game is non-traditional, from the music,
Alright.
the art style,
Yeah, I like the new
character
layout.
designs,
Looks
to the
really good.
Marvel world that we've created. So the gameplay should also reflect that. Sekine-san and his team, they want to shock the system. So when you see 4v4, you might think, what the hell does that even mean? But I think that's the reaction we actually want. From the jump, you know that this is a Marvel fighting game as you've never imagined it before.
So hearing that, what do you think, Mr. Yama? Now that you know of Marvel's intention and their feeling behind it, what do you feel right now?
そうですね、多分これが今本心聞けたんですけど、当時はなんかえっていう顔をして大丈夫なのみたいな反応だったと記憶していて、でプレイステーションスタジアさんもマーベルさんもやはり4対4というところに関してはかなり不安というか懸念を持たれているんだろうなってなって、で関根と話して、どうしようってなった時に、これ実際にいろんな問題点をしっかりと上げて解決していって。マーベルさんとかに遊んでもらえるゲーム、ビルドを作るしかないね、それが一番説得力あるよねっていう話になりました。ここまで。
Yes, thinking back to the day when we presented this to the Marvel team, I know that I saw on Michael's face that look of are we gonna be okay? Is this gonna work out? And at that time, I understood their concerns. So for both PlayStation Studios and Marvel Games, I think that they felt very uncertain about the 4v4 format. So I discussed it with Sekine and decided that what we have to do is we have to find a way to resolve all of the potential issues that would come up and create a build of the game that they can actually play for themselves. And I think that that's the best way to convince them that this can work.
はい、で通常開発ではプリプロダクションという試作品を作る、工程があるんですけど、それをやろうじゃないかという話になりましたと。でいろんな問題点とかをクリアしていくのにどれぐらい時間が必要だろうかっていうところで試算していったら、ちょっと具体的な数字は申し上げられないんですけども、私さまざまな格闘ゲームディレクター、プロデューサー務めてきましたけれども、通常のですね倍以上の期間の、プリプロダクションを行いました今回。
So in game development, there's a step that's called pre-production, where you're creating that initial version of the game. And as far as when we went to calculate how much time it would take to resolve all of those issues that 4v4 brings up, I can't tell you exactly how long it was, but I can say that compared to the previous projects I've worked on, that it was more than double the pre-production period that we would have before.
Interesting.
結果的なところで言えば、そのプリプロダクションのビルドを、プレステスタジオさんとマーベルさんに遊んでいただいて、まだ多分不安は残ってると思うんですけど、でもこれはいけるっていうの手応えは多少出せたのかなというところで、ぜひこれで進めてくださいというふうにおっしゃっていただいた。その時の会議はすごく私も今すごくよく覚えています。
And as a result, although I'm sure that at that time the teams at PlayStation Studios and Marvel Games might have still been a bit uncertain about the concept of 4v4, we were able to convince them to the extent that they gave us the okay, they believed in the vision that we had, and I remember that moment quite well.
Thank you. So I think you could say that the long pre-production timeline was one of the challenges that was needed to make this game. But so were there any other challenges? For example, more buttons or more inputs? What were the other challenges that you had to face in developing this 4v4 format game? Mr. Sekine?
はい、そうですね。
So it's a 5-button fighting game, right? Got line, medium, heavy, and 2 more button, a unique attack, and something else. I don't remember all the button layout. There's a 5 button
ま
with
ず一人で
like
キャラクター
3
を覚えるだけ
shortcuts.
でもちゃんと楽しく遊べるゲームにしようというところから、進めました。はい、そのためにまず体力バーを、1本でみんなで共有するという形を取りました。はい。
Yes, so I think that one of the major challenges that we encounter is that for a tag fighter, it's very hard to get into to learn multiple characters. It's quite challenging. So we felt that we wanted it to still be a tag fighter, but be something where you only have to actually learn to play as one character in order to still enjoy the game. So the solution that we came to for that was having the single shared health bar.
はい、であと
Oui.、
まあ、やはりボタンの入力が、増えるんじゃないかといった懸念もありまして、アッセンブルボタンですね、いわゆるアシストを呼ぶときに、一つのボタンと方向キーによってさまざまなアシストを呼べるというふうにしました。
And also a concern was that you might need additional buttons in order to have all of the inputs that you would need for the game mechanics. And for that, we
Ah,
had the
yes, sample button.
assemble
Okay.
button,
You call
which
yes, it's
you press
attack.
that button and a direction in order to call various types of assists.
そして、まあ、いろいろな、入力をしたときにいろいろな場面で仲間が、参加して戦ってくれるという場面をいろんな面でサポートして、なおかつ戦略的に組み込めるようにしたいということでアシストと紐づいたシステムを考案したり、常にいろんなところから難しい操作をしなくても仲間が入り乱れていくといった表現をしたいというので、それをシステムに組み込みました。もちろんそのコアな使い方もできるようには作っているので、全てが簡単というわけではないことは付け加えておきます。はい。
Yes, so the idea here is that you can input various different kind of commands, and you'll receive different, like you'll see your assists coming in all kinds of different situations throughout a match. So the idea is that you can do this strategically, of course. You can put this as part of your strategy for a match. And also that kind of we've incorporated the assists into the basic gameplay mechanics, the core of the gameplay mechanics. So you'll see your assists coming onto the screen, your team members coming in to help and support you in various situations without needing to necessarily make very complex and difficult inputs. However, I would like to add that there are, of course, very like a core in-depth ways to use the assist, so it's not all simple.
そして、もちろん1キャラクターで、完結する
So we got 3 types of assist, right? A shooter, a launcher, and a damager with like 3 directional button for the assist button. So you will have 3 assists. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Alright. Really want to add something here, but I don't know what to add. I'm getting way too quiet.
And of course, I did say that you only actually need to learn to play as one character in order to fully enjoy the game. However, once you're getting used to it, you're improving at the game, you definitely would benefit from starting to learn a second or a third character.
Yeah, so every character has the same moveset. So it wouldn't be so hard to learn. Once you get familiar with the motion input, you can just learn a different combo route for different character.
Thank you, Mr.
I think so.
Mr. Yamanaka, would you like to add on to that?
そうですね、まあ、私が関根がこういうふうにいろんな問題があって、こういうふうに解決していくんだっていうのを毎日のように聞かされていて、山田さんこうしてもいい、これでいきたいんだ、それがですね出てくるアイデアがですねやはりすごく先ほどの関根が語ったコンセプトの通りですね、面白くかつちゃんとコンセプトに沿ったものが出てくるというところで。まあ非常に長い時間かかったんですけど、今日皆さんプレイしていただいた方はですね、そのあたり感じていただけたのかなと思っております。
Yes, so all of those issues that Sekine just mentioned, we've worked as a team together to overcome those day by day throughout the project. And as you could see, hear from him, those ideas that he came up to solve those issues all work towards that singular concept. And I think that you can really see that that came together in the game as it is now. And I hope that everybody who had the chance to play the game today at the event was able to feel that.
Oh, I really want to play it.
So those are the challenges given by the Arc System Works side. What about from the Marvel side, Michael? Were there any challenges that you felt existed?
I think one challenge that we threw their way was to see if they can implement more, actually deeper team mechanics and more meaningful than they've ever been before in past titles. When you read the comics and look at teams like the Guardians of the Galaxy, X-Men, or the Avengers, you can see that they have very complex relationships and team dynamics and strategies. And is there any way that they could represent that somehow in Tokon? And I think that's where the idea of the roles came from.
Yes, thank you so much. So earlier you said that the team had to make the decision to make this a 4v4 fighter. Aside from having more characters, how do you feel this approach is pushing the genre, the tag fighter genre, forward? Let's ask Michael.
Yeah, overall, I think the team is really trying to solve the eternal puzzle of tag fighters, is that how do you keep a consistent tension throughout the match? On one hand, it may not feel so good to lose your allies over the course of the battle, because it means you're losing resources in order to mount a comeback. On the other hand, it also may not feel so good to have a super powerful comeback mechanic that kind of eliminates the team to have the reason to have a team in the first place. So in many of our long conversations, Sekine-san, I thought you came up with some really great solutions.
One
I'm
health
wondering
bar.
if you want to jump in and share what you thought.
はい、そうですね、まず、だんだんピンチになっていって、その逆転する強力なシステムというのは、もちろんヒーローがピンチになったときに力を発揮するという表現として、すごい正しいことだし、僕はすごいそこは楽しめてリスペクトもしてるんですが、また違う表現ができないかというところを考えました。
Yes, so that while that kind of situation where you get in a tough situation throughout a match and then you have a comeback mechanic to help you kind of turn the tables, that definitely reminds me of the kind of situation you would see where a hero, they're in a pinch, they're backed against the wall, and that's when they kind of find their true strength and make a comeback. And I really do enjoy that, and I think that that works great in games as well. However, I felt that I wanted to try a different approach.
でやはりマーベルのゲームというか、コミックとかでもですね、徐々にヒーローが、集結していって最終的にアッセンブルという形で、試合というか内容が盛り上がっていくというところを非常に多く目にしたので、そういう表現というものを今回の形では組み込みたいと思ったので、試合が進むにつれ徐々にチームが強化していく、戦略としてはどんどんチームを早く強くしていって、戦いを有利に進めていこうみたいな、システムを考えて今回の表現に至っています。
So throughout Marvel games and comics, I think you can see a lot of situations where the heroes kind of gather together and form a team and they assemble, and that's kind of the really most exciting point in a battle, that they come together like that. And I wanted to incorporate that into our game. So the idea that your team gets stronger actually as the match progresses, and then from a kind of gameplay strategic perspective, that you're trying to get your team together as fast as possible.
Yeah,
so
I do
you
like that.
Get to your full strength. So I wanted to recreate that kind of journey in the battles.
Yeah, I agree with Mr. Sekine that the fact that people assemble is working as a team is really make a differentiation from playing as a solo player. Anything that you'd like to add on, Mr. Yamanaka?
そうですね、マイケルさんから最後までタッグファイターだけど最後まで試合の緊張感を維持したいっていうお話いただいたとき、なるほどねってすごく私メイクセンスだったんですね。ここまでお願いします。
So in those discussions that Michael mentioned, when he said to us that he wanted to ensure that we have a way to keep the tension up and consistent throughout a match, despite this game being a tag fighter, I thought that makes perfect sense.
で、ちょっと今日プレイしていた
I'm
だいた
losing my patience.
好きだと思うんです
It's
け
quite
ど、
long.
この投稿なんですけど、当社が今まで作ってきた開発してきた、格闘ゲームの結構集大成的なシステムになっています。でその中で、私、当初からですね、ギルティギアストライブのですね、ウォールブレイクのシステムですね、これを、入れていきたいなというふうには関根にお願いをしていて、でこの場でマイケルさんからの話をいただいてですね、そのウォールブレイクをすることで、味方がジョインするチームアップしていくっていうのをちょっとね、関根の方のチームが考えてくれた時には本当にびっくりしたし、これはいけるなっていう手応えがありました。
So I'm sure that everybody who had a chance to play the game today must have noticed that there's a lot of elements that might feel familiar from our previous Arc System Works titles.
Yeah, like a super
incorporated
input.
into this game as well. And one of those that I had wanted to incorporate and see in a different form in this game was the wall break mechanic from Guilty Gear Strive. So I had just told that to Sekine and his team that I wanted them to add that in some form to
That's
this
really
game.
cool.
And when he came to me with the idea that when you perform a wall break, that's actually when your team members join up with you, I thought that works perfectly. I think that this will all come together.
Thank you very much, Mr. Yamanaka. Thank you very much for your insights as well. So to close off this session, this is a
That's
question
it?
I like to ask. So what gets you guys most excited about making the game? Something that dives into the passion of the team. What really kind of ignites your passion? Michael?
Well, personally, I just love seeing players get the chance to finally get their hands on the game and start experimenting with the mechanics and the systems. And I would say also there's a lot of intriguing defensive mechanics that ArcSys has implemented to the game. So I'm excited to see what you all come up with and how you develop the meta with a strong offense and strong defense in mind.
Thank you, Michael. Mr. Yamanaka?
そうですね、私そう聞かれると絞りきれないんですけど、普段はですね、私が大きく定めたコンセプトに沿って、当社の優秀なスタッフたちがですね、本当に、ブレイクダウンしたアイデアをいっぱい出していって、それが絵になり音になり、そして遊べるビルドになりっていうのを、日々、進化していくのを見るのが一番まずは楽しみです。はい。
So it's quite challenging to narrow it down to just one thing. So for me, working with the team at ARC, I have these big concepts that I present to them, and then seeing them take those bigger concepts and then forming those into different visuals and sound, and seeing that come together in a game, that's the most exciting thing to me.
なんですけど、今この場に来たら追加でもう一個発生しまして、こうして多くの皆さんにプレイしていただいて、我々のこのステージを
Wonder how long has the production been for this game?
エキサイティングです。ありがとうございます。
However, after having the chance to come to this event today, seeing everybody here, I would say that the most exciting thing for me right now is seeing that game come out into the world and into the hands of all of the players, and having so many of you come to watch us at this panel today.
Whoa!
Thank you, Mr. Yamanaka. Mr. Sekine?
はい、そうですね、僕ももともとトーナメント出身のプレイヤーなので、FGC の皆さんとここでアッセンブルできていることが非常にまず嬉しいです。はい。
So myself, I actually was originally a player in tournaments. So for me, I'm just so happy that I'm able to assemble with everybody from the FGC here today.
Thank you all very much.
はい。そうです。
まだ、sorry,
はい、
he's
そ
not
うです
done
ね。
yet.
で、先ほども言ったんですけれども、我々は新しいマーベル、新しいタッグファイターを作るということに、非常に、挑戦をしていますので、ここにいる皆さん、そして配信を見ている皆さんも、同じチームとして非常にさまざまなフィードバックをもらえると非常に嬉しいです。一旦お願いします。
So, as I said, we're really challenging ourselves to create a new tag fighter, a new Marvel game. So for me, I want to assemble with everybody here as the players and come together. I see you as a part of the team, so I'm really looking forward to receiving your feedback to create this game together.
そして最後にもう一つお願いなんですけれども、 ビギナーズガイドのカウンターが回るととても嬉しいのと SNS のフォロー数が増えるとさらにもっと嬉しいので皆様よろしくお願いします。
And finally, I have one last request for all of you, which is that I'd be very happy if I saw the view count for the beginner's guide and the followers on our social media accounts go up. So thank you for all your cooperation.
Nice.
Yes, we ask for your cooperation. So Team Art, Team Marvel, thank you all for your time today. I hope everyone here has a chance to play the build on the floor this weekend. And let's hear it once more for the beautiful panel attendees.
Whoa! I actually expect a little bit more in this panel, like some development process, but instead there were just some interview questions about the intention and what the thoughts behind making the game. But I think that's it for this panel. They kinda did a good job in announcing it kinda close to the finish stage instead of compared to XKO, which is been announced 9 years ago, which sucks.
Use the displayed chat command to lock in your answer before the timer runs out and check the prize page pinned in chat to see if you guessed right.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Evo Connections.
What are we doing
by
here?
AT&T. Jalen, I got a question for you. You got 30 seconds to answer it.
Okay.
Who was the only person to get a three-peat here at Evo?
What are we talking about? I'm sorry.
Been here for a very long time. So, thank y'all for being here on day one.
Oh, Maxu is done. Is that it? What the fuck? I think that's it. We have another half an hour, 1.5 hour for Betty and Justin Wong, but I'm not particularly interested in that. So, not much to expect here. How about stage A? Stage 1. Stage 1 is it finished? We got 86 pools here. I missed out quite a lot. I watched a Kakarot match earlier, and that's pretty much it. So this is like pool 1 day 1. So I don't really understand what is the streaming format here. Do you stream every? They cannot be streaming every bracket, right? So I'm not sure what is the streaming format for day 1, because day 2 and 3 is easier because there are less brackets, so they probably can cover that, but I'm not sure about day 1. Yeah, 12 fucking hours. That's fucking insane, dude. For Stage Jam. And I forgot that dude's name, that guy's name. What's the name? But I'll try to watch some match for this one. Let me try my commentary skill. See if I can do a good job of it. With testing button here. Oh my god, I talk so fast and so much. Is Demon Slayer a fighting game? Or is it arena fighting game? I don't know. Okay, here we go. My matchup.
It was like a lot of the players I expected, but not in a lot of the places I expected. Yeah. Some people not even making that top 8 spot at all.
Okay. Big ass punish. Oh my god, the overhead.
I've been watching the players get better and better. Right. When they do come out, they do show out. Joey, expect him to do so. Keeping that perfect range. That's command.
Ooh, what a grab. Good grab, dude.
Stroll on in. The confidence to get that grab. Spacing right there to just understand. And the timing on your opponent, right? To know that they're not going to swing and let you walk in and do that. Yep.
Ooh, what a read. Fucking hell. God damn.
My meager MR. He just takes it away.
Oh, punish. Could have been the kill there, actually.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Ooh. Ooh.
Off the level 3 command grab. He landed it.
Keep it a distance. What a punish.
Too much, though.
One touch and it's over.
And Joey just so much control here. Oh, buffer, no pun
Okay, it's finished.
no nothing. And that'll be the first game there. Joey looking very comfortable.
He knew what was coming.
Nice.
Out with the jump over. Perfectly done. That's one for Joey.
Oh, beautiful right there. Perfect very back that. Gets out of the way of the fan.
Okay, anti-air.
Trying to go for command grab. ODDP is the answer, but Pip low on drop gauge right after it though. That means less OD fan to be expended.
Wow.
In the green.
Uh-oh. You can't let him get one.
It's always 1 and 2 and a 3.
Yeah, he gets one buffer, and then he's going to get the combo, and then it's going to be 2. Yeah, it's like this, and now he's got 3.
How did he get 5 stars that quick? What did he do to make these people that mad?
He's wanted. Oh, nice find. Should be the kill here. No meter required either. It's pretty nice.
It's a better neutral. I like that. Hopefully stand medium, stand fierce.
A little bit more scrappy, you know?
OD fans start things off. Very typical of main line.
No, it's freeze again. God damn it. Oh, he's finished here too. The fuck? What if I'm spamming F? What's going on? Excuse me?
Right where you want him, in the corner.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. It's not too exciting for day one, I guess. Yeah.
Off the stand meter, looks like he held it a little bit. Hit the stand meter.
So that's it for today's short stream. I managed to put my stream on YouTube as well, so you can watch the VOD there. But at the same time, I will still re-upload the highlight as a VOD form on Twitch because I cannot keep the VOD on Twitch. They will delete it. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Hope you have a great day, bros. And as always, I love you. No, it's awkward. Now I have to close it. Bye bye.